my early childhood and teens and 20s. I had a good time. Life was good.
Shelton Smith lived a life similar to most Americans, looking for instant gratification and not thinking about long-term health.
We really didn't have any problems. Everything was fine. We had a good time. Did what I wanted to do and ate what I wanted to eat.
In 1987, he married his sweetheart Marie, a time of celebration, but also a time of added responsibility.
Everything seemed fine. Everybody was, I thought, doing their own thing. I know I was.
He gave birth to his first child in 1988, which meant more work hours, sleepless nights, and more eating.
Then in 1990, I was diagnosed with diabetes. And the doctor put me on some special medicines, and then I had my son Shelton, and I was doing pretty good for a while. I was taking my medicine, but I wasn't really following my diet as I should, and things just began to get worse.
Shelton continued to gain weight, and just a few years ago, his health took a turn for the worst.
And I began to spend more and more time in and out of the hospitals, in and out of the doctor's offices. I had a couple of strokes. I had congestive heart failure, and eventually I lost a leg to diabetes. And it was a rough time. It was a rough time.
He was admitted to Chesapeake Regional Medical Center, where he spent a lot longer than he thought.
It was a rough time. It was rough physically on my body, and it was rough mentally because I was just going through a lot of things, and sadness, and just didn't feel good. Didn't feel like I wanted to feel.
When his vital signs began to plummet, he was moved to the intensive care unit, where he was given support to help him breathe.
I felt in my mind that I was taking my medicine, but you can't take your medicine and eat like you want to eat at the same time. It doesn't work that way. You got to be committed, and I wasn't committed to what I should have been doing.
Shelton recalls at his lowest moment crying out to God for help.
Those are the times when I just had to call on the Lord, and the Lord brought me through a very difficult time. And a lot of times when you're faced with hard times, it's difficult when you're going through them, but when you learn from them, it's not only valuable to you, but it's valuable to the people who are around you, because then you can share what God has done for you. You can tell people how He has brought you out of the valley. And it's difficult being in the valley, but when you come out, then you not only have the words from the Bible to say to them, but you also have what you feel in your heart and what you know that God has done for you.
Today, he is thankful for a second chance and spreads the good news throughout the community.
I'm thankful for the hard times. I gained some valuable lessons for my own life, and if there is a next time when difficulty comes in my life, I can remember back to the times that I went through, but I'm still here. I'm still here, and I'm still surviving, and just had my 11th anniversary as a pastor. And even though you have difficult times in your life, God can still bless. God can still bless, even though a lot of things we bring on ourselves, like I did. And things are going well. Things are going well. I'm just excited about what God has done and is about to do in my life. You can't beat God given, no matter how you try.